Yeah. So we did a whole episode only to find out that the audio was garbage.
Yeah,
We had to scrap it.
so really this would be episode 16, but
Yeah.
we unfortunately lost a
We had
whole
to scrap an
whole
entire
episode.
which was it. And I'm assuming we're going to talk about a lot of.
We'll
the same
probably cover
things,
some of it.
but regardless, whether we do or not, that episode was a banger. Honestly, we had some good stuff. So hopefully we can hit some of those highlights.
It was, but regardless, I don't know if you've seen our previous episode from that is still climbing.
Yeah, I saw today. I think it was sitting at like 179 views or something like that, which is crazy
Something like
compared
that.
to where we've been. So that's really good.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for checking that episode out, and we
Yeah.
hope to keep you interested in viewing the ones that come out in the future.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. So how's your week going?
Oh, it's good. Good so far.
Good.
I mean, yeah, we got a little Halloween action preparation. We're now in October.
Yep.
We're up in the Cubs
Moving into
today.
the fall season.
We're hoping for the Cubs to get a win tonight and move on in the playoffs. So that's a good thing. It's been a minute for us. So
Yeah,
I'm happy
it's
about
football
that.
season.
Football's in full swing. It's all good. So I have a funny story. Funny, it's not really a story. It's actually something that I saw on the news that I found to be humorous.
Okay.
So we're all familiar with the spotted lanternfly, right?
Yeah,
In
I
this
saw one
area.
yesterday.
I saw one. Yeah, I saw one today at work for the first time.
Oh, okay.
And with as much wood as we have around there, I would have
Yeah.
thought I would have seen more. This
Right.
First one. It was dead, but I saw one. So apparently, I saw this story that the excrement that is being excreted from these spotted lanternflies is being consumed by honeybees as a supplement to pollen.
So it's wow. So it's not even like it's a complete separate thing.
Well, it's like apparently the bees are using it in addition to pollen because that's part of why we have a honeybee problem in
Right.
this country is the pollen, the things that honeybees can go after to get the pollen to create honey
Yeah.
are becoming less and less and fewer and far between out there. So apparently somehow some genius within the honeybee community said, hey, we can eat this shit and also make honey. And everybody's like, okay, let's do that.
That's crazy.
So we're going to have some poop honey coming to the farmer's market near you.
So as bad as the lanternflies were and other problems they've caused with like
Yeah, they're terrible.
destroying lumber and plants and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
right.
There is a positive.
There is
to
a
having them.
positive that's come out of
Well, that's good, especially because for the last like decade or so, there's always been a concern around like honeybees and bees in general becoming like an endangered species.
Yeah,
and all
exactly.
that kind of stuff.
So I guess from that perspective, if in fact that does help with honey production, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
So
because we need it. So.
I just thought it was just weird. Like I don't know how whoever this person that they had on the news figured this out.
Yeah.
Or realized
That's so
that's
crazy.
I don't know what they did or whatever. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's the report. That's the news. So
Speaking
That
of
was odd.
like the lanternflies, I also out where we live. There's a lot of woods behind us, and we get a lot of big wolf spiders and all that kind of stuff back there. But I'm starting to see cicadas too. I've been seeing like their little shells they leave. When they
they were out. They were hot and heavy this summer.
were they.
Oh, they were. You could hear them.
I mean, I could hear them. I never actually.
I never
saw
actually.
too many.
I never actually saw too many either. I saw maybe see some flying, but
Yeah.
I'm not a bug person. Those things skeeve me.
Yeah. When we were younger, we had a babysitter in Austintown that we stayed at during the summer, and I was probably 9 maybe at the time, and I don't know if we ever had them this bad since, but this was a season when we had them where they were on everything. I mean,
I remember a time like that too. I don't remember how long ago that was.
and like I heard,
they were,
even
like,
as an
everywhere.
adult, I still have
Like
like
they're on the driveway, they're in
Yeah.
the car, like you're driving down the road and they're hitting your
yeah.
windshield and just like yeah.
But this lady had a full like playground set on her
Okay.
backyard and everything, a
Yeah.
pool and all this kind of stuff, big porch, and it was a summer, and she's babysitting all these kids, and like she didn't want everybody in the house. She's like, "You guys got to go play
Fair.
outside."
Fair.
And so like me and Colin and Abby are outside, and these things are all over the swing set, all over the slide. They're on all the tree trunks. Like
Freaking gross.
they're like landing on you because they can't.
yeah.
They're not very good flyers either.
They can fly like very short distance,
Yeah,
and then
they
also
almost like
then they
glide.
just kind of fall.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like
And
I
they're-
watch them when I'm sitting.
They're like
I'm,
this big.
Yeah,
they're
if I'm sitting
huge.
outside, I don't think their wings are built to support their bodies.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like you'll watch them fly, and they like fly for like 15 feet, and then all of a sudden you just see them fall. Like they're like by a tree, and they just go in the tree. It's the weirdest.
But it freaked me out, and like I'll never forget that. So like anytime I hear about them, I'm like, God, I hope we never get them as bad as we did.
I freaking hate them. They're so
But
gross.
they're gross.
They really.
And the lanternflies aren't much better. I mean, they're not as ugly looking and they're not as big,
Right.
but they got those bright red eyes, and
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
That what's like their tail end is like got that big bright red
Yeah.
like thing
Yeah,
on the
it's
end of it.
weird.
It's weird looking. Yeah. Yeah, weird stuff.
So I want to talk about a movie that's actually probably going to lead into a pretty big conversation.
Oh, okay.
Outside of film, but I just watched Eddington.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this. It's on my list. I would like to see
I
it.
finally just went and watched it today.
What'd you think of it?
It was insane.
I saw
mean-
the trailer, of course. You
Yeah,
all
yeah.
know that I'm a sucker for trailers. But it also has some people in it that I like as actors.
Yeah, so I didn't
And-
realize how big the cast was.
Yeah, it's a huge cast.
You got Joaquin Phoenix,
Yep.
Pedro Pascal,
Pedro Pascal.
Emma Stone.
Yep.
Who else? What's that guy's name? Another one that I was just talking about. I can't remember his name. But there's a good amount of people in this movie.
Yeah.
And so I'm not going to get into really like spoiler territory.
Yeah, don't do it. I haven't seen
But just to like set it off, because this is kind of like, in a way, it kind of would give viewers like not really PTSD, but just like a
Really?
reminder of like what we went through 5 years ago, because it takes place during COVID.
Oh.
And so it really sets it up with like Joaquin's he plays this character Joe Cross, who's a sheriff of Eddington, of this small local town in New Mexico. And Pedro Pascal plays Ted Garcia, who's a politician. He's a mayor. He was the mayor of Eddington, and he's running again for office. And so essentially it's like taking place in the beginning of the pandemic, where they're starting to put up mask regulations and like all this stuff, and people are being weird about it. And Joaquin's character is like refusing to like cooperate, and he's the sheriff, and he's like seeing how his community's being treated with like older people that like can't breathe with masks on. His character actually he's asthmatic.
Oh,
so like
okay.
he already has trouble breathing because he uses an inhaler.
Okay.
And you can see that like he has really good intentions with like the people of his town, and he's trying to, stop all this from being so crazy. He's like, COVID's not here. We're not even a concern here. Like, this is just happening otherwise. Like, and the mayor's like trying to enforce it, and it takes off from there, and it gets so crazy.
What platform is it on?
I watched it on streaming. I paid to watch it.
Okay, so
I think it's coming to Mac or HBO here soon.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure. I'll have to double check
Yeah,
that.
it's definitely on my radar. I definitely want to see it. Some crazy stuff streaming already, like quickly.
Yeah,
like
really
Weapons.
quick. Weapons
out.
is out.
Superman
Superman's
already hit
out.
streaming.
28 Years Later's out.
Yeah, Frankenstein is that was a direct
That's a direct to
to
Netflix.
Netflix. They were doing like a. I don't think it's out yet. Weren't they doing like a limited theater release? Maybe now or
I think they
next
are.
week, and then it was going to go to.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that too.
Yeah, that looks good.
like
Guillermo
to
del
watch that.
Toro, I think, is doing that or something.
Yes, it's Guillermo del Toro. That's who.
Yeah.
Did it. Yep.
And Oscar Isaac, I think, is the main. He's
the-
Dr. Frankenstein or
Right.
something.
Right.
But yeah, so like back to Eddington, like it kind of like throughout the whole movie, because it was just like, pandemic regulations, and then it got into like just how people were acting out in public at supermarkets and in town, and then it actually was taking place during the George Floyd incident in Minneapolis.
Oh.
And they covered that, and there was like actually riots starting throughout the country.
Oh, yeah.
And in
Oh.
Eddington too.
Oh, in their town.
Yeah.
Really?
And like it just shows you like how that whole thing going from like the regulations to the diversity and like how
Yeah.
people were, everyone starts acting crazy, and there's like first there's all these peaceful protests for it, and then there's riots, and it starts to drive the characters to do crazy things, and it easily resembles everything that was happening during that time, and to put it in like a small town too shows what the
like the
effects
context of the fact that it like this stuff was not just
yeah.
happening in big cities or whatever, right?
But I hope you watch it because
I'm gonna watch
by the third act of the movie, it is.
I'm going to
nuts.
definitely watch it. I will definitely watch it.
It's not exactly what I thought it was going to be either.
Well, so I saw the trailer. I'm obviously didn't. I don't remember if it laid that out, because when you started talking about the pandemic and stuff, I guess I didn't realize that was the backdrop of it. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah, and it also, like, even though like that's the premise of the movie, it has a huge like No Country for Old Men vibes too.
Yeah, I got that from just watching the trailer, and just
was,
that's just like the set, the locale, that crap. Yeah, that's awesome.
So crazy. But yeah, I thought that was wild, and it just kind of like took that whole time period we went through, and it put it like on a really grounded level and made you feel for like individuals, and you could relate to everybody in the
And what
situation.
sucks is like when, like, we talked about the pandemic stuff a couple times on episodes, and how we feel like how that really changed the world, but like it's almost like you try to like not think about that or try to block that out, and then you watch something like that and it brings it all back, and
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I can't.
Yeah, and like there's moments where it's like people we consume so much information daily, and it's like it seems like the more information you consume, the less you know. Like,
Oh yeah,
like and most
yeah.
people think they know everything, or
I think that's the problem with the it's a consumption mentality. It's not a mentality of. It's not for I'm not saying this for everybody, but just generally speaking, it's a consumption mentality, not a mentality of like, hey, I want to find out something or information about this,
right.
and then seek out, because you're as we know, you go on the internet and there's just, you got to sift through the bullshit because there's tons of it, and we've got the fake news and the false information. That's been a thing for the last 10 years too. Like you don't know anymore. Like people, the blue check used to be a thing on Twitter, right? Now you can pay to have a blue check.
Yeah.
So that doesn't make you a verified person at all. So that changes the landscape.
Yeah, you basically paid for monetization to be up there and
and
get
you
your
can
stuff out there.
spew anything you want. And just because you got a blue check doesn't mean that you know what the hell you're talking about anymore.
No, and it like kind of goes with like how it's almost like ruling by distraction, like how like because even like in ancient times, like even in the Roman Empire, the Colosseum was like a way to rule by distraction of the people, and no one really knew what was going on behind the scenes most of the time.
Right. No, exactly. Well, because like the Senate thought, like if you think about Gladiator, and it's like we give the people what they want, and it's like they created this environment where it's like the people want to see this gore and this violence. They want to see it, or they want it because look at the crowds that show up, and it's like feeding it like that mob mentality thing. Meanwhile, there's all this corruption and all this horrible crap going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Those people it's like they don't have any idea because they're being entertained. Isn't that the classic
That's the famous line.
Yeah. Are you not entertained?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in the second film, Gladiator 2, you could see with like the two rulers they had, there was so much corruption behind the scenes, and like
these people are awful.
And at the same time, like
They're
your community's distracted by all this, like they make this this Colosseum gladiator battling like almost glamorous. Yeah. It's almost like it's a sport, It's just like how
it's
we
like
watch
watching a
baseball or football
game.
I mean,
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it was.
And just like today, it's like we still consume all of that entertainment and like movies and sports and everything. And and then like with the internet, like and that was the other, like in that movie, he was even like being filmed sometimes, or like he was filming, and like all the stuff you see online and all the peaceful protesting was like people on their phones, and like he's like, oh, you're writing against something you probably learned in social studies today. It's like you don't even know what you're talking about. And I think it just kind of goes all hand in hand with how history has kind of repeated itself, and how humans react.
Yeah, I mean, generally speaking, our reaction to things are pretty predictable.
Yes.
Whether we want to admit that or not, it's kind of the way it is. Especially when there's a group of people together.
Yeah.
So wacky.
Yeah. So I guess to shift gears a little bit, because we did talk about this last week, and we can kind of skim over it real quick if you want. But I wasn't really looking into this story a whole lot, but if you've all seen the story going on with the pop artist David, there's been a lot of
there's been a lot more, at least on social media and stuff, not on mainstream media news or whatever, but there's a lot of stuff coming out. And it's I'm telling you what, the whole thing is so freaking bizarre to me. Like, I don't understand. So this dude has obviously, I mean, I don't know if he's a suspect or not. I would imagine that he is, but he certainly hasn't been arrested. There's
a lot coming out that's like moving away from him.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because apparently a lot of people, like you said before, didn't he have people like have access to his finances and like his properties and all this kind of stuff? Well, apparently many individuals had access to this vehicle before it was repoed.
The one that apparently I just read within the last couple of days that I don't know how this happens. Probably because nobody called it in to the police, but that vehicle had been sitting abandoned for like 2 weeks before it even got towed. And then it sat at this impound lot for a couple of weeks before somebody reported the fact that there's this odor coming from it. And then they go and find this dismembered body of this girl, that girlfriend, not girlfriend, we don't know. It's a very, very bizarre story.
It is, and I wasn't really looking more into it until I had seen the other day that there's, I guess, a possible serial killer thing arising where they did find another body in another vehicle at that lot. So
at the impound lot?
Yeah. So now they're thinking that there is
same kind of like dismemberment
situation.
Okay, well that's
which now kind of like
that's certainly something that would lead them to believe that this could be a serial killer. And then but then the thing is, like, you always have these like the copycat thing. That was a movie. Did you ever see Copycat?
I don't think I've seen it.
I'm trying to think who the heck was in it. It's from like the 90s.
Okay.
Might have been Angelina Jolie, but I don't.
That sounds really familiar.
But anywho, you get these, and that tends to happen when the police authorities go out on the news and say, "Hey, we think there's a possible serial killer." You know, there's a similar.
Big, it's like it's really convoluted because now it's like, okay, maybe it wasn't him, and then there was something else that there was another, like that the Celeste girl that he knew isn't the same girl that they found, and it's kind of, but that also doesn't make sense either because they were together and this was his car, and
I mean, I think that's pretty much been verified that they were together, right,
yeah. So I don't know.
Apparently, she had a really not a good home life.
No, she didn't. And like,
ran away from home.
She ran away a lot. And when they had discovered her last location was in Hollywood Hills, which is where he lives.
Okay.
And he has like a house and a studio in that area. So it's just, and I'm sure like this is just another one of those stories that's going to go on for a while until more is released. But and the fact that he hasn't been arrested, or I don't know if he is a suspect or not. Even
I mean, shit, they found a body in your car. You got to be a suspect at least, right?
And they did confiscate some items from, I think, his music studio to try and get blood samples and DNA and stuff. But
wow, yeah, that's a whole crazy story.
I know. It's so crazy.
Hey, so going to regress a little bit for a second to movies and whatnot. I read today, so those of us who are Peaky Blinders fans, know this film's coming out, The Immaculate Man, right?
Yeah.
Gonna have Cillian Murphy reprise his role as Thomas Shelby. It's gonna be somewhere like around the World War II era. But I read that there are going to be 2 more seasons of the show that will pick up after that. That'll
that's
be like in the 50s.
Wow. That's pretty cool. And like when you think about it, it kind of works because Killian's been he's been doing that show for how many years?
Well, it was 6 seasons.
And like
now he's been working.
He's aged a little bit since then, and
Yeah.
it kind of works. And like that was the World War I era, right? When they were
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say World War I, early 20s kind of era. Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite period piece,
I would say,
especially for a show.
Yeah.
There's plenty of movies out there I could list, but for a TV series that I wasn't really when it first came out, I didn't really care for it. Not that I didn't care for it, I just didn't watch it.
Right.
And every time I saw it, I was like, oh, that sounds okay, I guess.
I think I was the
And
one
then
that told you.
you told me
about
to watch it, and then I watched the whole thing.
I told you. I think, yeah, I started, I don't know what made me decide to watch it. And I started watching it. And I'm like, wow, I really like this. Is a really cool show.
And he's easily become one of my favorite actors over the last few years.
Yeah.
Just in everything he does. You watched Oppenheimer, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's a phenomenal film.
Very good. Very good. And he was awesome in it.
There's a movie he did like a year ago or so that I haven't seen yet. It was a smaller
Yeah.
I think it's called Small Things Like These or something like that.
I think you're something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something. I think
didn't
he's
watch
like
it
a coal someone who I don't know if he delivers coal or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
To this small I don't even know if it's in Ireland or wherever it takes place, but he comes across this I don't know if it's an orphanage, but it's basically an orphanage for girls. Mm-hmm. And I think he finds out there's something sadistic going on in there, and that's kind of the premise of the movie.
Yeah. That sounds right. And I didn't see it either.
I want to find it. It's got to be on something, but I've been
sure
wanting to watch that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's on something.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure.
There's rumors he's supposed to come back for the 28 Years trilogy.
That's what I had read. I had read that I think the next part of this, he's going to be a part of that.
I hope so.
In it, not he's going to be in the.
Yeah, because now that I've seen that film, it's really good, and it was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. In correlation of how the first and second movie were, and I guess when you put it together, the first 2 movies weren't really all that connected, even though they did take place. It's the same world,
Yeah, right.
But and then with such a huge time jump in the new film, it's all different cast and everything, and but the fact that it's in Europe still, because that's where the whole thing happened.
Yeah, the first movie was London.
I think it's in London. Yeah.
Right.
I'm curious to see where it goes because, without spoiling it, they just they took it in a direction it just didn't. It's not. I don't think anybody expected the way it went this way, but really good. And I know the next one's already in production. And yeah, cool. You'll have to check that one. I think it's on Netflix right now.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's another one that's on the list. Yeah, so that's awesome.
Oh, since we're talking about streaming, did you see? We were talking about how who was it that was trying to buy Warner Brothers? Was it Paramount?
I think so.
So now Netflix has put a bid on it too. So now Netflix is trying to buy Warner Brothers.
Well, yeah. So I mean, Netflix is really kind of trying to change the game. So obviously they got into having football games. They had on now Christmas Day. They're doing that again this season. And they now have they got a piece of the pie with Major League Baseball.
So did they do UFC last year too?
They did.
Because I know the
well, they did the
what's his name?
They did the Mike Tyson. What's his face? Tyson.
Logan. Not Logan.
Logan Paul.
Was it Logan? Yeah.
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul. Yeah.
They did that fight. That was like their first live
Oh,
event,
okay.
right?
Yeah.
But now they've done some since then. I don't know if it's UFC or boxing. Whatever.
It's something like that.
Because UFC is now gone to Paramount too, and it's going to be like I think they're getting rid of like the pay-per-view thing, which is like this like I know it has been in the past a big deal because that was the only way you could do it. But I think what Dana White and the UFC people are trying to do is like trying to make this, they're trying to blow it up.
Right.
They're trying to make it more accessible to people. So you know, because there's a fight this coming weekend and it's going to cost $60 and it's like, I'm not dropping $60.
Yeah.
I mean, I like UFC's cool to watch.
Cool.
I like it, but I'm not spending $60 to watch a fight.
No. Like that.
We
We
some
watched,
people do, but
we watched the Jake fight last year, and like that. I mean, it was just on Netflix. You could just watch it.
yeah, and it was a disaster
It
because that was their first live event, and there's whatever. They had all kinds of technical difficulties.
Yeah, it was
a
bad.
mess.
Fortunately,
figured-
we didn't have any problems when we watched it.
But they figured it out after that because they did the football games, and that went off without a hitch. They didn't have any issues.
It was
with
still
that.
one of the most like viewed
Oh yeah, it was huge.
things ever.
Yeah, it was. It was huge. I was disappointed in.
Yeah, it was very
wasn't what I
uneventful.
thought it was going to be, but I watched every minute of it.
Yeah, I did too. We sat there and watched it.
Yeah. So
And then I saw Disney's they're raising their rates again
Mm-hmm.
for subscription, and then Hulu's going away. I think completely.
yes, it is.
Basically being
26.
absorbed, I think, by
It's
Disney.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
which
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I get it. I mean,
I think honestly, like I think we touched on this in one of our episodes, how like all of the different platforms that are out there and how it just is like you got to have like literally like 10 different things to watch the stuff you want to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what we're seeing happen is like a conglomeration. It's like they want to give people, they want to try to consolidate things into. So instead of having 10, you might have to have 3. It's probably going to cost you more money.
but at the end of the
nonetheless,
day, having like 1 or 2 platforms to use, I think makes more sense.
Makes more sense than having people have all, this one cost me $5.99, that one's $7.99, that one's $12.99. Hey, we'll just get all of the, we'll get 5 or 6 of these or 4 or whatever, put them all together, and it's going to cost you $30 or $40, whatever it is, whatever the number is. But I think that's what we're going to see happen is like a consolidation of it.
Yeah, and I haven't done it yet. Like I've been on Spotify for years, and like that's like the one platform that I listen to music, podcasts, audiobooks. Like it's like one platform I use for all of that.
Me
and
too.
For like $16 a month, it's really not. That's pretty good.
I think it is too.
And she pays for YouTube Premium, which you have no ads. You have access to a lot of extra things like movies and shows and stuff, and there is YouTube Music included in that. So like YouTube could become a thing where we have like one platform for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Well, because they have YouTube TV, that's become a huge,
Right.
Like they are probably the number one when it comes to live TV. They're always having conflicts with the carriage contracts with the major networks, but they got the Sunday ticket thing that started last year. So that's a big freaking deal. And I see happening there. They're starting to do it where you can, instead of buying whole Sunday tickets, you can buy like a part of it.
Okay.
And I think what's going to happen is like, you're going to see them say, if you want to buy the games for your favorite team, you can do that either on a per game basis or for a season.
Oh, so like if you wanted to watch the Bears for just the season,
right?
You can just pay for that.
I see that happen. I see that. I see it getting to that point because a lot of people, like, I had Sunday ticket for a long time, and it was like,
oh yeah, I remember.
I'm like, outside of watching the Bears, I'm not watching other teams.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm paying a lot of money to watch because they're always on. They're always going to have a few like Monday night games, Sunday night game, whatever. So it might be, let's say, 10 games, and you're spending $400. It's like, that's absurd.
Yeah, and like my friends, they talk about it in the group chat all the time. They watch everything. Like, one's a Steelers fan, one's a Broncos fan, but they both sit and talk about like every game that happens, and like that's cool. Like if you're that invested in it and you like just watching every team, and like they do the sports betting thing too. So that's probably part.
I mean, I'm guilty of like if there's a game on, I don't like whatever. The local game, whatever. I'll watch the Browns or watch
Yeah.
the Steelers. Whatever game's on, I have
Right.
it on. Same way with college football. I mean, if my team isn't playing, I'll have a game on.
Yeah.
So I get that.
Yeah.
I do. I understand that.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens because, like, I think when we touched on this topic, we were saying how everybody was trying to go away from cable and go away from like having a satellite dish and all this stuff, and now it's gotten to the point where you're paying the same damn amount of money or more than you were then, and it's like this isn't.
Yeah.
seem
Back
to
when
make
you had like
sense.
DirecTV.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
once you pay for all that stuff again, you're basically spending the same amount of money.
Right.
But
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what happens down the road with all the streaming stuff. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's, and it's with everything these days. Like, like I talked about before, we both have PlayStation Plus. I mean, I pay for one subscription though. So like, it's kind of like with like Netflix or anything like, in the one household, like as long as we're logged onto each other's consoles, we can share a subscription. We can game share digital games that I purchased or,
Yeah.
and like, that's like, I think it's up to like, it went up again last year. I think it's like around $70 for the year. Which isn't bad. Cause I mean, like you have online for the whole year
Hey, if you use it,
and we do like, we
not
play
bad.
every day,
Yeah.
but then like and it's just like cable or anything else. Like they have these like essential plus and premium subscriptions. They go up to like $160. And like the perks that you get out of it really aren't, because I
not
did
all
pay
that.
for it one time and it wasn't worth it. Like I couldn't use all of the content that they were giving me for that amount of money. It's just too much.
yeah.
But just like with everything else, prices go up and
Oh yeah, for sure. No doubt about that. I mean, yeah, that's, yeah.
there's this is another topic that I'm not really going to dive into too much, but just because like the closer we get, the more stuff just keeps coming out. But this 3i Atlas thing is just continues to get mind blowing.
It does. It really does.
And I don't know how much of it's hit the mainstream media.
I mean, I don't watch a lot of mainstream media news.
I don't either.
I watch like our local news.
I get most of my news from YouTube most of the time,
I haven't seen anything about it, but
it's just
mean-
it raises a lot of questions the closer we get to it, because there's so much speculation due to the research and like evidence that we're getting through NASA and researchers and astrologers that are watching this thing all over the world, regardless of
what's crazy to me is the fact that like for so long, like any talk of alien life or UFOs was just like, you're a wacko, right?
Yeah.
Like you're just like,
Yeah.
everybody's like, okay,
okay, whatever.
whatever. And then all of a sudden, we have the whole congressional hearings and it all comes out and we're going to release these, whatever, which but now all of a sudden it's become such a thing. It's like I'm on Twitter and it's all
Yeah.
over the place. Like there was that dude that was like in Panama.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
this? You saw that?
Yeah, I forget the guy's name, but the
And he had like there was apparently a
it was like a meteorite
meteorite or
hit in
something,
Panama or something.
Yeah, crashed near where he lives. He goes there. He gets this thing that's like the size of an egg, but it has like tentacles coming out of it.
Yeah.
And he has it for like a week or two or whatever, and
It grew pretty
it
big.
grew and it's moving and it's
It's very alien looking.
very
It almost looked like to get on like the fantasy side, it almost looked like the symbiote like goo from like Venom.
Yeah.
Almost like
Yeah.
kind of like an
Kinda-
alien like symbiotic kind of looking
it
thing.
did kind of look like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And then like the last story that I saw about it was a week or two ago, and then all of a sudden they're like the government, the Panamanian
shut it down.
government's like, this is a hoax. Don't go near this place. It's a bunch of crap, that kind of thing. And
Yeah, and I just
haven't
keep
seen
seeing
anything about it.
seeing online all these there's a lot of like YouTube Explorer channels.
Yeah.
Or like there's a lot of people that go like explore abandoned places that like you're not supposed to go to.
Mm-hmm.
And like there's this one guy that explores, like he went to like what's the place in Russia?
In Russia.
the radioactive.
Oh,
site.
Chernobyl.
Chernobyl. He went there. He went to like this place in Japan that was totally off limits.
That place in Japan is wild. Have you seen that place? Like pictures of that place?
Oh my God.
That's freaking wild.
And then like the I don't know the name of the forest, but that one in Japan, there's that too, that they advise people to not go near. And
Yeah, there was a movie about that.
the movie's really good.
The movie's really good.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the heck the name.
Yeah, it's got the girl from The Walking Dead in it.
Yes,
it
it was actually a good movie. It might
good-
have been
really
called The
good.
Forest.
I think it is The Forest.
But
Yeah,
actually, I liked it. Yeah.
really good.
But it's about that place in Japan.
But like those kind of people are now like going and like taking videos and like trying to like get access and
Yeah.
see if like they can find this thing still, and like because it was in like he supposedly released it in this flooded building that was somewhere
abandoned or something.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Those videos of it in the water though kind of freaked me out.
That was a little creepy.
Like every time I watched it, I was like, is this tricking me? Is this real? Like, is this AI? It's not AI.
It's not.
It's not.
No.
Because I've seen some AI videos where they like create these weird looking creatures and
Oh yeah.
it looks fake.
And we've all seen that AI video of like the like where is it in China that they have like that bridge that's like glass bottom.
Oh yeah.
You've seen that
Yeah.
AI video of like a person like falling over and it breaks and all these people
Yeah.
fall. Like that's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Right? We've all seen that. But
Yeah.
it's like crazy.
But it is weird that all this stuff's kind of happening around the same time. And
Yeah.
I've been seeing a lot of crazy stuff on like the Christianity side of like the rapture and like all this stuff's happening and like we're coming to our end times and like this is the start of the end times. And like, you know, whether it's from a religious perspective or on a scientific perspective, it's like maybe not, but it is kind of wild like that all this stuff's happening and all these groups are like kind of coming together and talking about it. And
Yeah, Tucker Carlson, who's a person that I watch a lot of his content, and this is not. I will get back to the topic, but if you want to listen to a really interesting interview, he just interviewed Charlie Sheen.
Oh, did he really?
So Charlie Sheen's making a circuit right now. So apparently, he's been sober now for quite a while, and he wrote a book. And so he's like doing a circuit of the podcast. He was on Rogan and
Oh, really? That's
yeah.
cool. I'll have to check that out.
But yeah, you should listen to that because, like, I always had the impression that he was kind of a douchebag.
Yeah, like early on he was kind
But
of a mess.
he got himself together, but he has some interesting theories about some stuff. Like they talk about 9/11, they talk about some interesting stuff. But anyhow, Tucker Carlson has talked about like the whole UFO aliens thing and his take on it. I'm not saying I necessarily agree with this, but his take on it is that they're somehow that they are like demonic.
Yeah. Right.
That's his take on it.
I've been hearing that too go around.
I can't only knowing what I know biblically and stuff that I have researched or read about when it comes to the demonic world. It's kind of like I don't see the alien stuff or it being that.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying it might not be. I'm not saying it isn't. It's just like it doesn't. I guess it doesn't fit the mold from what I've seen and looked at and read about. And you can, dive into the Bible. There's plenty of stuff like that is discussed. So it's interesting that. But that's his take.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll have to check that out because I've been watching a lot of people just talk about a lot of things.
Yeah.
And just like not just with what's happening here in our country and around the world, but like all the like superstition and speculation of just like and me personally, like and I could just be all the stuff I'm consuming and it's making me think this way, but like I walk outside at night sometimes. Like I was taking the trash out last night and it was late and like I look up into the sky and I'm like for the last couple months I just have this feeling that like the world's changing in a way that we may not expect to happen. And it just feels, it really does feel like we're headed in a direction that's going to change our lives and something is headed maybe towards us, whether it's biblically or, outside of our atmosphere and space. I don't know, but
yeah,
every day that goes by, like I always just get this feeling and like with everything that's been happening to me lately in my life with like, my job and everything that's going on, it's like I just have this deep feeling that like something's happening, and whether it happens in the next couple months or in the next year or two, it's just strange.
Yeah.
And then like this object that they've, been watching for months now, there's a lot of activity between right now and the 29th of October. And I guess it's like in direct trajectory of Mars right now, like for sure, and like not changing course, which is kind of strange. I don't know, and like all the stuff they keep discovering from it, like the color changing and it having this green hue now instead of like this burning one, and
Yeah.
the change of trajectory in its course, and like I said last week that didn't make the last episode, but like it is navigated through our asteroid belt, and it's
when you talked about that, I was just like,
it's just like astonishing, all these scientists, and like it's almost like defying like everything we know about physics.
And one of the things that I'm going to say about it, but I love it in a lot of ways, because I feel like as a species, as mankind needs knocked down a peg or two.
I agree 100%.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Like all these they're always talking like down to people, like that because they're a scientist and they have a PhD and they did this or that and the other thing. They know more than we do, and they can lecture to us about stuff. And it's like, I think it's great that it's almost like watching a golfer play on a really difficult golf course.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
It's like, oh, you're struggling? Oh, you're not as smart as you thought you were? Okay, cool. I kind of like it. I like the fact that they're being challenged.
Yeah.
And I don't think and I don't think that's coincidental.
I don't think so either.
I don't think there's any coincidence that this stuff is being presented to the quote unquote experts.
Yeah.
And they're like, we don't really know what it is. Oh.
And like you said, like having humanity knocked down a peg or two. Like, I don't know if I shared it the other day on Facebook, but like it was just like a picture of like our sun, and it says your sun is right here, and then it was just like this. It was a galaxy, and then it was just like, don't forget like how small we really are.
Yeah.
And like how little we really know about everything.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're a religious person. Again, I said, I don't think that it's coincidental. I mean, it reminds me very similarly to what happened when the flood occurred, where God goes to this guy Noah, just a dude, right?
Just some guy.
Although there are he has some of his familial background is interesting, but a guy, and he just tells him there's going to be this epic flood and you just got to build a boat. And he's like, I don't know anything about building a boat. Well, don't worry about it. I'll tell you how to do it. Okay. And he does it, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so, and that was in order to change the course that humanity was on, right? So, are these things, or is this particular thing something along the same lines?
Yeah,
it's certainly not. It's certainly believable to me that it could be.
Yeah, and like with backing up what you just said, it's like with everything that's going on in the government and in our country and around the world, and like with politics and war and everything, it's like maybe this is like a course correction for humanity.
Yeah,
maybe, and like whether it's biblical or not or whatever, scientifically, anything.
Right.
Maybe it's something to kick our species in the ass and give us like some kind of correction or reset or something.
Yeah, and it's kind of like how we always think that we have control over things, and and it almost puts things in like this really stark perspective for humanity, where it's like you're not in control of this.
Yeah.
You might think you are, but you're really not.
Right.
And like you said about how small you really are in this vast universe, in this world, not just our planet, but we got to look bigger picture. Like galactically speaking, like we're just a speck.
Yeah. And
it's
even
like,
our galaxy is just one small galaxy of endless.
And again, that's also something that all the smart people haven't figured out either.
Right.
So,
like we, even to this day, like I watched First Man last week with Ryan Gosling. It's about Neil Armstrong
Yeah.
and like the first moon landing and all that kind of stuff. Well, it's just that's another old
Talk
topic.
about that if you want.
But whatever, I forget what year that was, like the 60s.
Yeah.
Okay, so regardless of if that's a real thing or not, we're not going to talk about that.
We were told
but
it was.
in the
so
movie, like it really shows you in that time where it was the space race, and we were racing with Russia and everybody to get to the moon, and
right.
to see what those like. And I know it's a film; it's glamorized. It's all whatever,
Yeah.
but it's Hollywood. But they did. I think, and just from what I saw, they did a really good job at portraying like what we went through as a country, what those people went through like individually as people, to train and learn and study how to even get outside our atmosphere.
Yeah.
Which was extremely dangerous, and many people died in the process.
Yeah.
And even Neil was like, "You could die."
Did
Like,
you watch The Right Stuff? You ever see that movie, The Right Stuff?
I don't think so.
Same
thing.
Yeah.
And it was astonishing because like, it's by the end, they do the whole like one big step for mankind, whatever, that's how they ended the movie, with him like landing on the moon and
Plant
just
the flag.
standing there. And it was like, but what we didn't really think about is like the impact it had on him, all of his
family,
it was tragic.
Yeah.
And it was like this big event, and it was in like at the end, him and his wife had a lot of problems,
Yeah.
and his children and his coworkers and everything, and it's a really sad story.
Yeah.
As much in history as it is like this big achievement,
Right.
like on a personal level, like it's.
Well, we
it's,
don't think about that.
but we don't.
We don't think about. We never do, right? Like,
No.
like we look at people who are celebrities, actors, athletes, especially, right? And typically, what we see is all of the highs.
Yeah.
Hey, you won the Oscar, or you won the World Series, or you're Tiger Woods, you're the best golfer, and it's like, and then like when all that crap came out about Tiger,
Oh yeah.
and talking about, and like he sits down and does this whole thing for ESPN the magazine, and like you're just like, wow, this dude was fucked up, man. Like from the get go, his dad's like pushing him to be the best, and it's like, and Michael Jordan went through the same kinds of things, and it's like when you get there, it's like we see all of the accolades, but we don't see all the behind the scenes, the work, the pain, all the busted relationships.
Yeah.
Not just with marriages and kids, but your teammates, your friends, people that were your friends, and all that kind of stuff. We don't see any of that.
No.
Because like, again, we're like the consumers of, because that's like, I think that's a really bad trait that we have as humans. I don't think we can necessarily control it, but I think Tucker Carlson and Charlie Sheen were talking about this in their interview. We don't really want to know the truth.
Right.
Like I just want Tiger Woods, like, oh, this guy's freaking awesome at golf, and this is so awesome, and I really don't want to know what you went through.
Yeah.
Or Neil Armstrong, or I mean, look at the musicians and the actors that have gone through just horrible like addiction and I just want to listen to music. I just want to watch the movies.
All the kids that were affected by the studios and
Oh my god,
with Nickelodeon and everything, and
dude,
it's a horrible tragedy.
Yes,
that, like,
and it's still I would venture to say, I don't think I'm wrong if I say this, that's probably still going on.
No, yeah, that's one of those things that like,
and it's disgusting.
That we never have like our eyes on the right things. We're always concerned about other stuff that's like really not a real problem. Like,
correct, you're right.
Like me and Alexis the other night were talking about how, like, you and I discussed the child trafficking and like the stuff with the whole Roblox community and Discord, and like how predators online are just like, there's like a whole underground community of these people that literally lure children and young people into these like online communities to like, you know, like get pornography from children and like and harass them and take advantage of them and abuse them. And that's one of those things that like no one's talking about.
Nobody wants to talk about it because it's disgusting. And, you know, Tim Tebow is a guy that is very, very much into that. His foundation is huge into getting to the bottom of this trafficking and sexual abuse stuff that goes on with minors. And the number of people out there that I don't remember how many people they have on their team that are like going out there and getting into chat rooms and stuff, and all these, like the number of IP addresses just in the United States that are doing this stuff. It's obscene. It's obscene. And here's the worst part of it is their data is showing that the vast majority of those people are doing it to their own families.
That's horrible.
Either their own children or, you know, a nephew or a niece. And it's like these, like, it's white males like in this 40 to 55 group, and it's like,
it's really gross.
When did that be like? And I hate to say this, but it's probably been going on way longer than we even want to admit, and it's freaking disgusting. And we don't talk about it.
We don't. And you know, there's with the day and age that we're in with technology, like kids are getting access to tech a lot younger than like we were. You know,
God, yeah.
We have like the iPad kid generation, you know, and it's like those are the children that you need to look out for that could have stuff happening to them, and it's like, oh well, that wouldn't happen to my kid. You know, they're just playing a video game, and it's like,
but that's where
it's happening though.
It's happening on those like online, online gaming things or iPad games. Yeah. Like you got to create an account.
The most disgusting thing that I learned recently, because Alexis was watching something on this topic, was Roblox. They've been around for like 10 years. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they're a successful company, and they make a lot of money off of, you know, their product. But it's like they do not, even to this point, they do not ban IP addresses. So all that does, even if you ban an account, that person
you can pay $100 a year for, and you can be on. You can make it look like you're in the Netherlands.
Yeah,
it like that.
It's
they're smart enough to know that.
Yeah, it's so crazy, and it's like and then the people out there that are actually trying to help catch these people and prevent all this stuff from happening. Like you have a lot of like younger. There's a couple. What's his name? I think his name's Schlepp. He's a YouTuber. Yeah. Younger guy who actually had stuff done to him when he was younger. Yeah. He had a lot of bad stuff happen. And that's the reason he's doing this. He's going out and trying to lure these guys into these places and like question them. Yeah. And he got banned from Roblox, and he was considered a danger to the community because he was helping catch the predators.
Yeah. I saw Sean Ryan had a guy on his show not too long after he got started. It's probably been 2 years ago. So this kid was like a professional hacker. Like that's what he was doing. Like he'd hack into bank accounts, and people were paying him to hack into stuff and whatever. Right. And he has this like epiphany one day, and he's like, there's got to be a way that I can use my knowledge and skills to be a help. Yeah. So that's what he does. And he goes into these chat rooms and all this stuff, this whole underbelly world and like sets up fake accounts, and then he like gets people, and then he has a guy that is on his team that's like a former UFC fighter or whatever. And they'll try to arrange hookups where they like this person thinks they're meeting like a 14-year-old girl, and then try to get the person on video and get him arrested and all this stuff. It's like he's doing all that, and it's like on the show during it. Sean Ryan says to him, he got his laptop, and he goes, just do this for me. Show me how to do it. Literally, like within 2 minutes, he creates this account, and he's got like 40 hits. He just makes up this account.
And they don't try to hide it.
No, that's like, he's reading this stuff, and people are like I'm an adult. Like they know that this person is a 13-year-old girl, supposedly. And they are totally,
they don't dance around it or anything.
Nope. Nope. It is.
I saw a couple
freaking
videos
crazy.
of guys that got caught and like they met up with like this guy at a park or
Yeah.
and like they sat down and they're like, all right, so I have all this stuff and I have evidence and you might as well just admit to it because I've already called the police. And like and they have it all on video. Like it's crazy. And like seeing these guys get caught, they immediately regret it, you know.
Or like, what was that show? What was that show that used
To
to
Catch
be
a
on-
Predator?
Yeah.
With Chris Hansen.
Chris Hansen, and those were. I mean, I say hilarious because like all the
Because it's real justice, you know.
you're right, and all the people that got caught, they all had the same reaction. Well, I was just trying to help her, or
Yeah.
oh, I wasn't gonna do anything. I was just gonna have a pizza with her.
That
And
the
you're like,
pizza one?
Yeah.
Where he's like he ordered a pizza
Yeah.
and he's like and he like asks he
Yeah.
just like starts eating pizza and talking to Chris.
He's like, I was just gonna have a pizza with her. I'm like, no, you weren't.
No, you weren't.
Stop it.
He's actually coming out and doing a Netflix documentary
Yeah.
about Roblox.
Really?
Yeah.
Good.
It's supposed to be out soon, I think.
But but that show was on
Yeah, that was
15 years ago.
yeah, it's pretty old.
Okay, so this has been something that's been going on for a long time,
Yeah.
and
And there's just people are just always finding new ways to do it.
of course,
And like unfortunately, it's like
Yeah.
it's hit the gaming community for kids. Like it's so
and
sad.
That's the sad part is like these people see an opportunity, a space that they can wiggle their way in, and they're doing it, and it's so sad, and I guess the thing about it that really pisses me off the most about it is that we, like as a society, like you can't tell me that you're okay with that happening, with this stuff happening to.
I just can't believe it's not a topic that's talked about, especially
Right.
like in like the news or
Right. Well,
you know.
yeah, and like with our federal government,
Yeah.
Like I am not a person typically that is about government regulation or overreach or whatever, but like this is a topic that we're really not doing anything about.
No.
Anything
And then
at
the
all.
companies that are letting it happen, those need to be shut down.
They do.
Like
They do.
Roblox, man, they should have been shut down a long time ago. And that just shows you where like money talks and like they just, you know, all these big corporations that just let this stuff slide under the rug, and
Yeah.
it's sad. And then like when you got individuals who are genuinely trying to like make a difference and help these people that are going through these kind of crises, and it's like,
Yep.
why are we turning the cheek and like shutting those people down? You know?
Well, what I'm going to say, what I really think, what that comes down to is the dollar sign.
Yeah.
There's money out there. I mean, think about Hollywood. Think about
Yeah,
the
like
stuff-
celebrities and
Think about like all of the money that is in that industry, TV and film. Like there is a butt ton of money out there, and people are making money, and it's like now it gets to the point where you're gonna you don't want to lose all of that, right? Come out that you're a freaking child predator, so you're paying people off, you're doing stuff to protect yourself. I think unfortunately that's at the root of it.
yeah. Yeah, it's like, you know, the whole thing with like Epstein and Diddy and all that stuff. I mean, it's like you said, like it's like, well, if there's money involved, I mean, you could pretty much get out of it.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
It's so crazy.
It really is, and it's
And like how many people's lives are ruined because of it?
millions of kids and their families have been affected by this, and that's the thing. Like when you really start to look at the numbers, it's not like an isolated thing.
No.
It's so widespread. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And again, we're not talking about it. We aren't taking measures to fix it.
I do hope that like, because I mean there are a lot of people, and like I said before, we're gonna have to have Alexis on here sometime because she is like so deeply rooted in it, and she's on Discord a lot too with like she has a lot of friends on Discord, and
Okay.
she has she's even helped like she's like, I keep an eye out for people sometimes, and like she reaches out to people like, hey, you might want to like avoid this person, or like this account seems kind of fishy, just be careful. But like she's pretty well versed in that topic and knows a lot about what's going on and like the gritty details. And
The crazy thing is like adults have a hard enough time. Like navigating through some of that stuff.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, you look at the older adults that get taken by these scams, people robocalls and text messages.
Yeah.
Oh, you claim your free iPad. Click here. Boop. But then you got kids. They're like in the same kind of situation where it's a bunch of, and the sad thing is like 8, 9, 10-year-old kids that are playing these games. Do they know any better?
And then in their innocence, they don't know how to
they don't know how
address
to
the situation once it's happened.
Right.
They feel like they've been kind of like, I don't know, I guess kind of locked in place. Like they're not in control. So,
right. And it's like, do I tell my mom and dad what happened, or that this person did this or said this or sent pictures of this?
Yeah.
And it's like, I might get in trouble if I do, or whatever the case may be. And it just escalates from there.
And like as an adult who like is very much in the gaming community and around all that kind of stuff, it's like I can't imagine at that age, like when I was that age, I was not I mean, it was different times, but like there was only so much you could do with gaming when you were at that age. Now it's like, I feel like some of these minds are too young still to be having that much access to that kind of content. Like you're still molding these minds, and like they're learning so much, like just about themselves and in school and with their friends and family, and it's like they don't even need to have that kind of access right now. It's okay to like play a game for a little bit and like whatever, but it's like when it's like a prolonged amount of time at that age, when your mind is so fragile and like it's I don't know.
And it makes me wonder, and I don't know the answer to this question, but how many parents are actually taking precautions?
Right.
Because
a lot of them, it's like, it's a distraction for them. Like, they're distracted.
An iPad, or you sit down in front of the Xbox and do your thing while I make dinner or whatever.
Yeah.
Are they really? Are the parents really even in tune to what the dangers are out there? If I had to guess, I would say, especially when it comes to the gaming world, they would probably not be at all aware of that kind of stuff out there.
Yeah, like there was this one guy who I watched, and he was, because he's a big YouTuber, and he's probably like in his 40s now, but he said like, as long as he's been gaming and doing, a lot of online and YouTube stuff, he's like, I will never let my kids play Roblox because he knows, he's aware of what's happens with that.
Yeah.
So it's like, and like, that's the thing. Like if you don't know much about it in general, and like you said, if you're not well versed on the tech and like having the regulations set on the device or the console or whatever, it's like you may not even know about it. And like even if you have a community of friends and family who have kids, it's like none of them may even know that this stuff goes on.
Right.
You just don't know.
You don't know. And that's
if it's not being talked about, how are
they going to learn about it if we're not talking about it?
Right.
That they don't have any resources to tell them, hey, watch out for this, and this. Hey, if your kids are playing on Xbox and when you set up an account, do this, and this, and in all fairness and in defense of parents, it's like, okay, I bought my kid a PlayStation or an Xbox and just, okay, we got to set up a profile. Okay, let's do that real quick. Okay, here you go, play. Knock yourself out. They're on the online communities.
And, they probably learn a lot more just through playing with it and playing with friends than they would with their parents,
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they do.
So
100%. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. That's a big topic that, we could go on forever about. And it, like you said, it's definitely something that's not talked about enough. There was one thing I wanted to say that I saw the other day. This kind of goes back to what we were talking about like people like you said about Tiger Woods and like consuming the content and the entertainment of like people did all these amazing things, and that's all we care about. I saw this thing. It was like a Japanese little like photo, but it was like a samurai, and the top one said, "Everyone wants the view," and then at the bottom it said, "Nobody wants the climb."
Yeah.
And it was like a samurai sitting on a beautiful view of like a forest or something.
Yeah.
And then it showed him climbing up a mountain, and it was like that's a perfect example of like
everyone
wants the view, nobody wants the climb. And that is like a perfect you know?
Yeah. I mean, you listen to some of these people talk about that have done what we're doing, for example. And because I've listened to a couple of ones that are really big out there, have tons of followers, have tons of subscribers. And, you know, like Theo Vaughn's a good example. Like, he just came out a couple days ago, and that, I mean, I feel for that guy. I mean, he's funny as hell.
Yeah, he is.
Funny
He's
as hell.
awesome.
He has some great content. He really does. But the guy's, you know, he has struggled in his life with addiction.
Yep.
He's struggled with mental health. He's going through some stuff right now. And it's like, we don't like want to see that, or we don't understand all that has gone into getting your 5 million subscribers.
Yeah, right.
You know?
He's a perfect example of like real raw content too.
Oh, yeah.
I love the way he is with people. And like regardless of age, like did you see that one of him with that kid, the Rizzler or something?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That little kid.
Yeah.
Like even the way that he talked with that kid on
Yeah.
the show was so engaging because he got on that kid's level, because he's like, I know that you got all this attention and
What is he?
you're kind of
like 12 or
yeah, and he
something
plays
like
Fortnite and
Yeah.
stuff and whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like he knows how to get on anyone's level
Yeah.
and like treat them like a person and who they are. And
Did you see the one he did with the Amish kid?
yes,
But I mean,
but he's a real person on there. Like, you know,
I agree. I think he really is. He is like he is just like very much like it's authentic.
It's very
raw.
authentic.
It's him. You know, he doesn't. You know, he's done. I mean, shit. He's interviewed Trump.
Yeah,
He's had JD Vance on there. He's had Bernie Sanders on there. He's had, you know, he's not afraid. Like in the beginning, like he would have a lot of like other comedians or like some of the rap type community, some people like that. But he has, over the last year or so, he's really branched out there and had people on that just like in really engaging content for people, where it's not just about the entertainment world.
yeah, and like it's really cool to see like you said, he had Trump on there, and then you know even like actors, like he had Timothy Chalamet on there, and like to see, like I'm sure that's refreshing for a person like him too, because like you're a famous person, you're in all these movies, you're being interviewed on all these big like talk shows and stuff, and it's like it's got to be refreshing to sit on a podcast and just talk and not be like questioned about like your career and like all these like things that you're doing.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there and just having a conversation and hanging out.
Yeah.
And that's got to be cool. Even I mean even Trump. I mean that's got to be like
I don't know if you watched the
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
I mean, it was freaking hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, but he has a way with people that he can work stuff into the conversation. And, you know, he's like you said, he had Timothy Chalamet on there. I think he had Joaquin Phoenix on there not too long ago. He's had a lot of different people on there, and it's awesome.
And that's kind of like, you know, when we started this up, that was kind of my goal, was like, you know, we did this just to be authentic and talk and hang out and just have a good time. Like, you know, the whole bar talk premise was like, we just want to be able to sit down, have a drink, chat with your friends about just whatever, you know? And a lot of those people like Theo Vaughn, like they've inspired us and me to like want to be able to get out there and like put real content out there, and just so that someday if we were to have a guest or whoever, like I would want that person to feel welcome and comfortable to just be able to hang out and be treated like a human being, you know?
Yeah.
Not being interviewed as like a celebrity or whatever it is. Like, because I imagine when you get to that kind of level, it's sometimes it's probably hard to like always be in the spotlight, you know?
I would imagine it
like
is.
having all eyes on you all the time, having all the attention.
It would be very difficult to be just because I don't know that world obviously, but I would imagine that like if you're a Timothy Chalamet, for example, and you're doing the talk show circuit, the podcast circuit,
or on like Jimmy Fallon or something,
your people are telling you and telling them like, here's the script, here's the stuff, here's the topics, here's the stuff you don't ask about this.
Yeah.
We're talking about this latest movie, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And it's like you know, and if you're doing like the late night talk show thing, it's what, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
He gets on there with these people and he's like 2 hours, hour and a half.
Yeah.
He did an hour with Donald Trump.
Right.
And
Donald probably doesn't get that much time on anything, like in the public, you know.
Dude gets shredded for a 30-second clip that gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
And so, no, he doesn't, you know. But I think, like you said, the idea of being able to just have like that real conversation has got to be, it's got to be foreign in a way to those people, but also refreshing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think we need more of that. And that's another reason, like, why I the point that we're at, I don't want to take it like to where it's overly edited or we got all these like crazy. I just want to keep it the way it is, you know.
Yeah.
And help it grow. And you know, obviously, you know, we got some guests in the works, and we're gonna.
Yeah,
we've upped our.
We don't have Donald Trump or Timothy Chalamet coming on yet.
Definitely not anytime soon. But you know, we've upgraded our equipment, and we're learning things every week, every time we do this, and it's fun and it's exciting and it's a learning experience for us. And you know,
I think you and I have talked about this. I think one of the most fun parts of it is like when we first started it, like you and I were like collaborating during the week,
like researching and
like, okay, and then the last probably 6 or 7, maybe even 8 episodes, it's just like you and I we're not talking during the week about what we're going to talk about.
And I'm not researching anything.
I don't either. I mean, I will put some notes down about topics.
Yeah.
Like I want to bring this up. I want to bring that up. But I'm not spending a bunch of time researching and going, okay, so what's the media world saying about this particular thing? It's just like we talk about it, and then what's cool is that, like, despite our age difference, we both typically can talk about a topic.
Yeah.
Like you bring up this, and I'm like, very rarely do I go, I haven't heard that.
Right.
Or vice versa, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, it's kind of interesting.
And it's kind of fun to go in it every week as like kind of fly by the seat of your pants and just have fun with it, you know?
Yeah.
And I think it
agree.
keeps it like this. Like I don't know how long we've been talking, but it's like, it kind of just goes. And wherever it ends up, that's awesome. And I think, especially based off the last episode with Brant, you know, we had talked about a variety of things and discussions, and it's got the most views. It's the least edited episode we've ever done.
Yeah.
And we did it outside with one less microphone.
Yep.
And, you know, I think that's what people want.
I mean, assuming that they're wanting to see it.
Well,
I mean,
you know, that's the one thing I'm going to mention. You guys, a lot of you are watching, but did you know that almost 90% of you are not subscribed to this channel? That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So, if you guys could, next time you watch this episode, once it's out, if you could give it a like, leave us a comment or two, and then hit the subscription button, because then from episode 15 and on, you will get notified every time a new episode is posted.
You know, it's interesting when you talk about comments, right? Because we've been asking people for comments from day one. Interestingly enough, we've had very few comments.
Yes.
There was only one episode, and I'm not going to bring it up, but where we had a couple of comments. And that's fine. I mean, I don't know if, like, you probably have to have a YouTube account to comment.
Yeah, you have to at least have an email to be able to comment and subscribe.
Yeah. So,
which is fine.
And I guess I'm just saying I would be interested to have some comments, some feedback. Not like, are we doing a good job? Like, I really don't care if you think we're doing a good job.
Right.
I hate to say that.
No, I get it.
I'm not trying to be a dick. I just like, we're having fun with it, and that was the point of it from the beginning. But, you know, is there something that you would want us to dive deeper into, a topic that we've touched on, or something like that?
Absolutely. And like, you know, that's the thing. Like, when we started this, you know, when you start something new like this, you don't expect to have an audience. Like, you're doing it because you have a passion for something and you just want to do it. But then when you start getting viewers and you're seeing that people are obviously enjoying it to some extent because of the views you're getting,
Yeah.
it makes me now want to interact with you guys. And I'm sure same with you. It's like, I want the interaction. So like, if you guys want to comment, I even made it so that our YouTube, you can actually post on our YouTube, a wall now. So,
Okay.
so if you guys want to leave anything, like whether it's a comment on a video, post on our YouTube timeline, go for it. Cause I appreciate that you guys have, made it this far with us so far.
Yeah, you've hung in with us. We've had some technical difficulties, but like you said, we're learning and
we're working through the kinks.
We're working through it, and we're
yeah,
making the adjustments that we have to keep it going.
Yeah,
so,
so if you guys could do that for us, leave a comment, like, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time.